Hi, my name's Danielle, and this is a short video of me teaching. Thanks for watching. So I like to start my class in Shavasana, laying back on the mat, closing down the eyes, and connecting with the breath. Lengthening the inhalations and even more so the exhalations. Allowing the body to be heavy and feeling the weight, your weight supported by the earth underneath you. Coming into deep relaxation and knowing that this is a safe space to explore not only your physical practice but the mental practice of yoga as well. So taking a few moments here to connect with your breath and to become present into the space. Introducing some movement into the body. Wiggling the fingers and the toes, making circles with the ankles and the wrists. Stretching the arms above the head, creating the longest version of yourself. Pointing your toes, maybe letting out a sigh. Moving side to side. And bringing the knees into the chest, rolling over onto the right side, coming into a fetal position. Taking a moment here and pushing down into the earth with the left hand, coming into a comfortable seated position. Gaze can be soft or eyes closed down. Finding Anjali Mudra, a mudra of gratitude. So lifting and opening the sternum, closing down the eyes, and taking a moment here to set an intention for practice. So this could be one word, a phrase, a feeling, or maybe you'd like to dedicate your practice to somebody that you love, or maybe even yourself today. Bringing the navel in and up towards the spine and just keeping your intention close to your heart as you practice. And when you're ready, being mindful of the knees, rolling over and coming into a tabletop position on the mat. So shoulders over top of the wrists, hips over top of the knees. Knees can be hip width apart and tops of the feet pushing down into the mat. Inhale, drop the belly. Lift the tailbones up towards the sky and bring the gaze up. With an exhale, tailbones down, round the spine, chin to chest, releasing the crown of the head. Inhale, dropping the belly, tailbones up. Exhale, rounding the spine. This is cat-cow, Vidalasana. So connecting movement to breath. Working through a few rounds at your own pace, maybe closing down the eyes, and really feeling the wave-like motion of the spine, beginning with the tailbone all the way up to the crown of the head. Waking up the spine, preparing for the rest of practice. The next exhale, come back to a neutral spine, and bring the sit bones to the heels, belly to the thighs, coming down into a child's pose. Palms can be alongside the body, or palms face up. With an inhale, extend the palms forward, firmly planting the hands into the mat. Coming up through tabletop, spread the fingertips wide, tuck the toes, and shoot the hips up towards the sky, finding our first downward facing dog. There should be even pressure between the index finger and the thumb to release pressure in the wrists. Elbows should have a slight micro bend. Head and neck is relaxed, and rotating the armpits in to face each other to externally rotate the deltoids. Navel is in and up towards the spine. Tailbone shooting up towards the ceiling and keeping the knees as bent as you need to protect the hamstrings and the lower back. Working the heels down towards the mat, knowing that it's okay if they never quite get there. That's not the goal of this posture. The goal is to create length in the spine and the legs. Maybe pedaling out the feet, bending one knee and then the other. Taking any movements that feel right today. And with an inhale, coming up high onto the balls of the feet, bending the knees, and walking the feet up in between the hands, finding Uttanasana, our forward fold. Feet can be together or hip width apart. Knees as bent as needed to protect the hamstrings and the lower back. Head and neck is relaxed, maybe shaking the head yes and no. So connecting with the breath here, making this posture as active or passive as you'd like. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows, creating a ragdoll swaying side to side. If you'd like to make the posture a little bit more active, option to wrap the index finger, the peace fingers, around the big toe and using the strength of your arms. Pull your torso closer to your legs and shine your sit bones up towards the sky. On an inhale, bring the palms onto the shins, extend the crown of the head forward and extend the spine. This is our halfway lift. Exhale, releasing back into Uttanasana, our forward fold. Inhale, half lift, working with the breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Keeping a deep bend in the knees, slowly uncurl the spine one vertebrae at a time. Arms come up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, palms through heart center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, keeping a deep bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping one foot back at a time into a high plank. Shoulders should be over top of the wrists, with a nice long line from the heels all the way down up to the crown of the head. Gaze is down to create a long line in the spine. With an exhale, drop the knees, keeping the elbows alongside the body, slowly lowering down onto the belly. Hands should be underneath the shoulders with the tops of the feet pushing into the mat and the pubic bone pushing into the mat. Inhale, and as you exhale, slowly lift the chest, extend this crown of the head forward into our baby cobra Bhujangasana. There shouldn't be a lot of weight in the hands, so maybe even lifting the hands to engage the proper back muscles. With each inhale, maybe see if you can lift the chest a little bit higher. And exhale, release. Bring the right cheek to the mat and bring the hands alongside the body, maybe wiggling the hips to release the lower back. Inhale, bring the forehead to the mat. With an exhale, lift the legs, arms, head, and chest off of the ground. So this is full locust, Shalabhasana. Feet can be together or hip width apart. Energy shooting out of the fingertips. Again, gazes maybe with your inhale, lift a little bit higher. And exhale, coming down, bring the left cheek to the mat, wiggling at the hips. Blend the hands underneath the shoulders, pushing back through tabletop. Tuck the toes, shoot the hips up towards the sky, finding downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Inhale, shoulders come over top of the wrists. Exhale, drop the knees, arms alongside the body, slowly lowering down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, back through tabletop. Tuck the toes, hips up to the sky, downward facing dog, pedaling at the feet. Inhale to plank. Exhale, option to drop the knees this time or come through full chaturanga. So that means lowering down halfway into a hover and coming up over the toes, finding upward facing dog, making sure that the thighs are clear of the mat. Exhale, pushing up through downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, option to drop the knees or lower down through full chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll We'll do one more flow. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, option to drop the knees again or through chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And pedaling at the feet. Option 2, rest in child's pose if you need, or keeping a deep bend in the knees, walk the feet up in between the hands into Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come to standing, bending the knees, arms come up overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, bending the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Take a big step back with the left foot. Plant the left heel and cartwheel the arms up into warrior two. So front toes should be facing forward. Left toes are parallel with the short edge of the mat, making sure that there's a nice line intersecting the front heel to the back heel or arch of the foot. Inhale the arms up, gaze can come over top of the right fingertips. Shoulders are down, making sure that the shoulders are over top of the hips and we're not leaning too far forward from side to side. Feeling strength building in the arms and legs, maybe closing down the eyes to bring this posture a little bit more introspective and feeling into it and worrying not about what it looks like, but what it feels like. Option 2, bring the hand either behind the back or onto the calf. Inhaling, coming into our exalted warrior, stretching the fingertips back, and inhale, back into warrior two. Straighten the front leg, bring the hands onto the hips, and turn the feet to the other side. So this time left toes are facing forward, right toes are parallel with the back edge of the mat. Inhale the arms up, and as you exhale, lunge into that knee. Again, making sure that the knee isn't coming over top of the ankle to protect the knee joint. Inhale, and feel into the posture. Maybe remembering your intention at this point of the practice and being grateful for the strength that you're building, but also grateful for the strength that you already have that has brought you to your mat and allowed you to partake in your practice today. And an option to bring the hand behind the back or into exalted warrior on the other side. And inhale, back to warrior two. Straighten the legs, bring the hands to the hips, and turn the toes to face forward. They can be parallel with the short edges of the mat or turned in slightly. Bring the hands onto the hips, and with an inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, leading with the heart, slowly coming down into a forward fold. Releasing the hands, releasing the head and neck, and breathing into any spots of tension, maybe in the hamstrings or into the lower back. Option to use props in this posture as well if you're not feeling as flexible, so either blocks or blankets may help to put underneath your hands. If you're feeling extra flexible, you can walk your hands back in between your feet, or maybe interlace your hands behind your back and allow the gravity to pull your body down. Feeling the benefits of an inversion as well as the stretch in your hamstrings and your lower back. Taking a couple of breaths here, remaining present. Release the hands down, walk them back underneath your shoulders, bring the weight back into your heels slightly as you bring your hands to your hips and slowly uncurl the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Turn the toes to face the front of the mat, cartwheel the hands down, and step back into downward facing dog. Option to find child's pose or come through a flow, so coming forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga or dropping the knees. Inhale, baby cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come high onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend the knees, walk the feet in between the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, slowly uncurling the spine, arms come up overhead. Exhale, hands through heart center. Find a tree pose now, so bring the hands to the hips and bring the weight mostly into the left foot. Inhale, the right heel to the left ankle. Option to stay here. This is a great tree pose, or you can bring the right foot onto the inner calf or upper thigh, making sure to avoid the knee joint because knees don't really like to move side to side. And finding a drishti or a point of focus in front of you, something that's not moving that will help you keep your balance. And once you're feeling balanced, option to express your tree however you'd like. So it can be an Anjali Mudra, maybe inhaling the arms up overhead, whatever feels right. Fully grounding down through the left foot and pushing into the thigh with the foot as much as the foot is pushing into the thigh. Pushing the right knee back towards the back wall, navel in and up towards the spine, shoulders down away from the ears. Maybe inhaling and standing up a little bit taller. And bring the hands onto the hips, bring the knee forward, coming into the other side. Ground down through the right foot this time, bringing the left heel to the right ankle. Again, option to stay here, or bringing the foot onto the calf or upper thigh. And finding your drishti and expressing your tree however you'd like. Grounding through the right foot this time. Inhaling, opening the sternum and the chest. Feeling the groundedness of this posture. Knowing that it's amazing for your physical balance, but also for your mental balance. Maybe inhaling a little bit taller, pushing the left knee back towards the back wall. And bringing the hands onto the hips. Bring the knee forward,